Hey everybody, this is Typhon from HEXRealms.com. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to be doing a little PvE, or PvP against the AI. I'm going to be testing out my the big paladin deck. I've since modified it after the last assumptions were incorrect about the deck and how the mechanic worked for a righteous paladin. I'm opening up into 3/3/4 without the threshold, so draw again. Guess I'll keep this. I changed out for the big life gains. I think I took out like Life Siphon for the big life gain. I took out like Eternal Youth for the escalation of life because I'm really trying to get the onesie twosies out of the life gain. I also changed out my champion to Gazog, who's the champion that deals 1 damage to target champion and gains 1 life in return. So he'll be able to help escalate or add +1/+1 to the righteous paladins when they hit the field. So and he's playing righteous paladin. He's just definitely getting. He's just definitely getting the hits on that. Okay. So at least I'll have something in here to block. He's using Dimid, which gives life drain to target. I considered using him as well. I think it's either one or the other. I thought about stacking a lot of life drain, and I have a couple cards in here that give +1/+0 and life drain. 2 cards. So, but I think that combo might take a little too long to go off. Like for instance, that was a misplay on the AI. Should have played the Scrivener first and then dropped the Living Totem, because then that would be what is block? Like I was saying, I considered stacking life drain just to get that process going, but I think that combo may take a little too long to get going. And of course, I do have 4 Scriveners in my deck and 4 Righteous Paladins, as well as various forms of life gain on life gain on the small end. So, do have some card draw in there with a necessary sacrifice. The AI just doesn't play very well. I mean, under no circumstances would you attack with Scrivener, just because he adds value to the Righteous Paladin. But I guess at this point it really doesn't matter, because I'm going to blow everything up with Extinction. See if I can't reset the game a little bit here. Like I said, I have guards that do life drain that can't be blocked. So if I'd had my paladin down, he would be tooling away. The thing is, paladin's a 2. You really kind of want to get the paladin going early. So I probably need to start moving the top of my curve down towards 2. I think right now it's right around 3.5. 4. I think that might be a little too high. There's another paladin. So, got here. So I got here is Quick Strider with Swift Strike. So he's got nothing in his hands right now. I've got Blood Aura. This is one of those things that I mentioned before. There was an error in the deck build. I couldn't actually see effects, but when I searched for Life Drain, this card came up. So I thought that when it said target troop gets permanent +1/+0, and I thought this said Life Drain. So the search is wrong, so the deck is not built correctly because of it. So we will... and... let's do that. I might never see a paladin, so we will do what we can. You know, what the heck, not gonna block. The Bottled Vitae that I sacrificed there is great because it adds a charge on top of everything, so I get to use Gazog a couple extra times if I can get them out. I think there's 2 in the deck, so it gives me 1 extra charge. Alright. So, necessary sacrifice. Definitely not going to do that. But what I will do is go ahead and use my charge power. Gain a life. Pays half the cost of Pact of Pain. So that's the little combo there. So when he dies, he gains 1 health. I kill him and draw 3 cards. So if Righteous Paladin was on the field, the idea is that these two would play off each other really well. But now I'm going to skip my attack. Hopefully I can get that Paladin up. I mean, at this point, I don't think I'll even need him, but I don't really have an alternate win condition outside just beats. I mean, I've got Giant Corpse Fly for flying, I got some pumps, but it's mainly just the Paladin. So we will go ahead and sack him. I'll get my life. A Scrivener. So I'll go ahead. These charge powers are all busted. They're once per game now for some reason. So resources. I do like going blood with the Paladin deck just because it has so much more control options and life gain options, and you know, cards like Necessary Sacrifice for draw. I mean, okay, so what he did was he played Radiant Armor, which gives +1 to defense for every diamond you have, so he just kind of bumps the butt here. I'm going to murder him next turn, so you better get it in while you can. He doesn't attack with it anyways. So go and play this. All right. Get to the life gain. I will sucker him in. So weird. Why would he block? This AI is just... yeah. I'll keep my murder available. It's a quick action, so... Another Righteous Paladin. Just chump block him. Highborn's a great card too, because when he dies, he brings a Battle Hopper into play, and when cards come into play, they get a plus life. So he is automatically a +2 with the Scrivener into play, and you can also use him to sack for Necessary Sacrifice. It's a nice little, you know, secondary combo. You're kind of seeing where all the pieces are right now. There's lots of moving parts. Unfortunately, I'm getting the life gain down, but I'm not getting any paladins on the field. So, it's just a little bit problematic. Like here, I'm gonna have life gain. That would help the paladin if I had him on the field. Really, I mean, it's definitely, I don't think it's a tier 1 deck by any means. It takes 3 cards to kind of get going. It needs the Paladin, it needs Scrivener, and then it needs another card to manage additional life gain or draw or some other element. Otherwise, you're just stalling. And I do have Lixil in here for the stall. I think I only have one of her in here, though, and that's just... for worst case scenario, just she's probably one of the better stall cards, early stall cards in the game, so always an option. Another Pact of Pain. Don't need to play that because this one you can play as many times as you want, but I am just not, yeah, I can play it again. Blood Aura doesn't do anything. Actually, I'm not going to do that. Actually, let's go ahead and start attacking. Doesn't hurt. Let's finish the game off. So, again, this is Typhon from HEXRealms.com. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to check out our other videos on YouTube, as well as the community at HEXRealms.com. See you next time.